Well, welcome everyone to, I think, episode 4 of our
Yes.
Good Company
Yes.
podcast.
Right.
My name is Michael. I'm joined here with my co-host, Grace.
That's
You're a
right.
co-host.
That's so
That's
fun.
awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, and we are talking about breakups.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bup, 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 bup,
This is one of
bup.
my least favorite things in life.
I'm excited to talk about breakups.
Really?
I think we have two different approaches
Yeah,
right now.
I want to cry thinking about it, but that's
But I'm
okay.
also almost 2 years married, so
Yeah,
it's a
you're-
little bit different.
You're in a different stage.
A little different stage. But man, I've been through the breakups. I've been broken up with, and I've broken up
Yeah.
with people. Okay, real quick. So first of all,
Yep.
put a pin in that because I'm going to keep on that thought process in a second.
Okay.
But the purpose of this podcast, I just want to say up front, it isn't for us to present you listeners with a bunch of like really weighty theological ideas or concepts. This is us just having conversations around these topics that we know everyone is either navigating, wrestling with, or will. So it's kind of all about the vibe.
All about a good vibe, a good cup of coffee, maybe a limoncello sparkling water.
You're beving it up.
I fully believe I'm a bevy girl. Like, I go to bed thinking about what I'm going to drink for coffee the next morning. Like, it's my life. So
You're a bevy girl in a bevy world.
that's right.
So
That was so cheesy.
last night you said you go to bed dreaming or thinking. I forgot the word.
I'm always excited to go to bed. Like, I'm always like, oh, yes, it's the morning, which means I can have coffee again.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you said about the type of coffee.
Well,
because what are you drinking right now?
Michael's like, can I get you some coffee? My ears just perked up.
You jumped. You said,
jumped.
yes.
And I thought he was going to get me a coffee shop coffee. He got me Keurig coffee.
It's a Keurig, old Kirkland, like Costco Keurig.
I feel like it has like a film of oil over it.
It actually does.
Does it not? Like,
Yeah.
I swear. So,
But you're not ready to break up with this coffee.
I'm close.
You're
We're on
close.
the end. We're reaching the end of our relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back to the
Let's talk
thing
about
that I said, let's put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just getting juicy.
Let's go.
Right off the bat.
Okay.
We need a little juice, a third bevy. Well, this is the third bevy.
This is the third.
This is the third bevy. Would you rather
Oh my God.
break up with someone or be broken up with?
I think about this all the time. Let me go down my 2 trains of thought.
Yep.
My first train of thought is like, I hate the overthinking and the wrestling that comes with being the person who is breaking up with someone. Like, I feel like that creates so much more like potential for like, did I make the right decision? Oh my gosh, was I being too like emotional? Was I overreacting? Blah, blah, blah. Should I still be with them? Like, that's one. But so if you get broken up with, there's this freedom and like, okay, they didn't want me, like, sucks to be them. Like, there's this like independence that come with like, I want to be chosen. So they didn't choose me, whatever. But I also feel like, say you're the one getting broken up with, if it's blindsiding, that could just wreck me. And second, the rejection that comes from that would really hurt.
Humans, okay, I don't care how confident people portray themselves or think they are. Rejection at any level hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts. I feel like I present pretty confidently.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
The tiniest little rejection will just kind of cascade into so am I the worst person ever?
And like, do I quit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, rejection's really hard.
It's really hard.
For me, I would leaps and bounds
Yeah, I want to hear.
Every time full over be broken up with.
Really?
I would rather be broken up with than break up.
You'd rather feel the rejection than the like pressure, the weight of the decision.
And yes, even though I did just say all rejection cascades me.
Either way, it's not going to go well.
Is he emotionally stable? But I feel like I have a strong enough grip on like who I am and my like my identity in Jesus that I'm going to be okay. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'll allow myself to go through the feelings, through the hurt. It might take a long time. I've heard people say that is for as long as your relationship is, give it half of that amount
No.
to, I don't agree
I
with
heard
it.
it's double.
It's double?
That's what someone told
That's
me.
my
They were like, if you've dated a year, it's going to take at least 2 years
I
to get
disagree
over.
with them.
I think
I
that's a
disagree
little
with that. I think it's
ridiculous.
half the time.
But I will say, there's no timeline to healing.
There's
and
no
so
timeline to healing.
people are like, come on, move on. Like, you're beating a dead horse here. And I'm like,
Poor horse.
yeah, give me my time.
Yeah. So I would rather be broken up with than break up. I think for me, breaking up with someone just, it hurts. It
Yeah.
hurts me
Yeah.
because I don't want to hurt someone. And yeah, that's just hard to navigate because for me, I feel like I can control my healing process.
Yeah.
The moment I break up with someone, I can no longer, I have no longer the right to be like the person to help them through different things as I was before.
And it makes you, like, you still want to. Like, there's still this.
You still care deeply about them.
And you want to be, like, almost when you're the one causing them the pain, it's like your knee-jerk reaction is like, I need to help them.
Yeah.
And it's actually unhelpful.
In a lot of my situations in dating, when I was the one that was breaking up with someone, it wasn't because I no longer cared about that person or thought they were one of like the best people that I've met. There was just something in that for me, I personally dated to marry just because that was the hope and the goal for me. That's not everyone, and I'm not saying that's prescriptive for the purpose of dating, but there was just something in it to where, and it's different for every person, where I just found something that I just couldn't reconcile to where, whether it was a personality or a chemistry or something that I'm like, we're not gonna ultimately work out to the best that I think both of us want in the future.
Right. And like, I think we said in like the dating episode, maybe it's like, that truly is one of the biggest decisions you make in your life is who you end up with. So if you are dating to marry, like, likely you're going to break up a lot because you should be taking that decision so seriously. You should not be settling. You should be like having the highest of standards, I guess. Not that they have to be perfect, but like just the intentionality behind dating to marry, I think does lead to like just having to experience more ending relationships or breaking up with people and things like that.
So let's talk about breakups.
Yeah.
Let's talk about breakups.
You want to kick us off kind of like what your history is?
My history?
With breakups?
Yeah.
Or like what has been your experience?
So I won't bring in any Madison relationships.
Yeah, that's smart.
Just to kind of protect myself and listeners and stuff like that. I'll talk about my Cali days before. I lived in California for about 10 years before Madison. I've been in Madison for over 7 years now. But yeah, I've had a range. Maybe I'll talk about a few times that I broke up with someone and then one time someone broke up with me.
Yeah.
But first I want to say every person is different. Every story is different.
Totally.
I'm going to give more lighthearted ones.
Yeah.
I've had deeper and really difficult ones that I've really, really, really wrestled with. So the first one, lighthearted, it was online dating. This was the first time I'd ever online dated. Think young little Michael in grad school, Southern California.
What was the app? Tell the people.
This app, is an OG, no coffee meets bagel. So
I've never heard of that.
Every app has had like a lifespan, Cassie and I, my wife, found each other on Upward.
No way!
Which is like the Christian
I've heard
one.
It's like really cringy.
Well, it worked for us.
That's
so
great.
honestly, if you're going to a dating app to see which person you might end up marrying or really be with long term, if that's your goal, which I hope that's a wholesome goal.
Yeah.
It's the best one for us.
Okay,
So
I love a success story.
It was the best one for us. For me, I'm usually filtering on different apps.
Yes.
Do you love Jesus? And then it's like, okay, do you really love Jesus?
Yeah, you can.
And so there's filters, but with Upward, it's like,
you hope
we hope it is because it's a Christian one. But anyways, Coffee Meets Bagel, like this is 15 years ago. I'm turning 41, so I'm older.
It's fine.
But like in California, Southern California, 15 years ago, in my experience, it was just hopping. Hinge later would be the one that
Yeah.
hopped. I never did Tinder just because I felt like it was too hookup.
Tinder is, I'm pretty sure, I've never been on Tinder, is like, yeah, just a hookup app. Like
yeah,
a
wasn't
swipe
about that.
there. I don't think it has anything, like, I could be wrong, but I don't think you put anything like about yourself. You literally just put
Your
pictures.
picture. Yeah. So anyway, this is the first time I ever went on a date.
Or a date,
I got a haircut.
You were nervous.
I went to J. Crew and I got new. This J. Crew was the store back then. Kind of still is maybe now. Got a new fit. I showed up. I'm excited. She showed up. She sat down.
Where were you? Coffee?
Coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Coffee. That's
Every
what you
time.
do.
Yeah.
Coffee every time. I'm not going to fork over a lot of money. I'm going to pay. That's kind of me. You don't know them.
Okay, fine.
So I'm not going to be like, let's go and I'm going to spend $100 on drinks and apps or something like that or more. So you're just sussing the person out.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, the first thing that she said was, very first thing was, okay, I got to be honest with you. I've been rejected so many times. And if I'm rejected one more time, I literally don't know what I'm going to do. Silence.
Michael.
And then I thought two things. One, wow, that's a big first thing to say.
That's a way to enter a date.
And then because of that big first thing to say, my second thing was, well, you're about to be real disappointed because I don't think this is going to turn out how you're hoping.
That is so much pressure to say that on a first date.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I mean, maybe she wasn't ready to be on the apps again.
So in that moment, I mean, we weren't a thing, so it wasn't a breakup.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was like, okay, do I have this potential blow up conversation for this person I literally don't know?
Yeah.
But so I just kind of was like, hey, this is great. You're great. I wish you well.
You said that at the date?
Yeah, I wish you well.
Good
kind of
for you.
thing. And
yeah.
I later would go on another date with someone that it didn't work out well. And I didn't say wish you well. I just said, hey, this was really great. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hightailed it to the Starbucks restroom. Waited for about 7 minutes because I was like, because she was really into me. And I was like, I don't know how to, when you don't know how to navigate the pre-breakup because you just met. I waited until I thought any normal person would have left.
She was still there.
And then I left it out of a side door. She was waiting and she saw me and she booked it to me.
Michael!
And said, hey, we never talked about a second date. This is when I'm free. I caved.
She waited.
She waited. We planned a second date. And then I texted this is young Michael and said, hey, it's just not going to work out. But I've had other different breakups. One time, I dated this girl in the Silicon Valley when I lived. She was like a boss woman. She was awesome.
Yeah.
But she had a really, really big job. And in her job, she just shared with like a lot of married women when they have kids. Typically, they're kind of pushed out of their jobs because it's so demanding.
Oh.
And we're getting serious.
Yeah.
And I just knew that about her, and we navigated the conversation. And I'm pro women. Like come on, boss. Let's go. But I also want a family and kids.
Yeah.
And I just think the pressure got to her about it. She's now married, but again, this was probably 10 years ago, and she broke up with me, and it was so interesting that I really liked her, but I was guarded because I knew that this might not work out because of her job, and just because we're humans dating, and hey, most times that you date with someone, it's gonna end up in breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Most dating ends up in breakup. Hopefully one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you go into a dating relationship, encourage yourself to guard yourself until you're engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Even then maybe guard a little bit, But because I guarded myself and because I knew it might not work out when she broke up with me, my first reaction was like, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second reaction was, but it's just not going to work out, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm okay with that. I wish her well. I really care a lot about her, and I want her to succeed in whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so I told her that. I just explained my feelings, like, man, I'm bummed, but I wish you well. And she's like, you're not mad? You're not going to yell at me?
Hmm.
And I'm like, no. I mean, honestly, you're missing out on a really good guy. I
Yeah,
said
that
that.
confidence. You
You're
need to
missing
have
out on
that.
a really good guy, but I totally get it. And she's like, well, she didn't tell me why. And she's like, well, do you want to know why? I said, honestly, I don't need to know why.
Wow.
And then we just never talked again.
Wow. Breakups
So,
are so weird.
yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
had breakups where I've broken up and they have been real mad. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I've gotten broken up with and I've literally wept,
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think for me, I have done less like short dating spurts where we talk for like a month or go on a couple dates and then someone ends it or whatever. I've had two more serious relationships that have ended in breakups, and like I won't talk about like the breakup aspect, but I'll talk about like what it feels like once you're broken up. Like you've broken up with someone or they've broken up with you. And I'll just say like I believe it is one of the harder things people go through. Like it is this huge loss out of your life, and you have to grieve the person and know that they can't be in your life most likely anymore, but they're still there. Like they're still available in a
Yeah.
sense. Like they're where they live, probably, like their routine. So there's this like awareness that
Your friend groups are probably melding.
yeah, like there's
That's the
awareness.
hard one and the tricky one.
Right, right. And there's an awareness that they're out there, but you can't, someone you really care about, you can't, like, you shouldn't be communicating with or touching base with, most likely. So I just want to say, like, I have, I think in the past, I had an anxious attachment style during
Mm,
relationships, where that's just like, I mean, it varies for people, but just really valuing like communication and hearing from them and wanting to be around them to the point where it's like if I don't, I let my anxiety tell me a story that may not be
yeah.
true about like, oh, they don't like me anymore. They're mad at me, whatever. Like, and so once you lose that person, that anxious attachment style doesn't go away.
Mm,
And so there's just this whole, at least in my breakups, I've experienced just this deep feeling of like something's missing in my life. Like you're losing that routine you had with someone of like texting every morning, every night, phone calls, seeing them, having weekend plans. And that for me has been the most drastic part of like just okay, like I don't have that time filled with anything anymore. And it's so, so, so easy to just want to hop into a new relationship to fill that.
yeah.
And it's really natural. And a lot of people do it. I've done it. And oftentimes you like feel like, wow, I really moved on fast from that relationship. Like I'm in a new one. This is great. I'm not thinking about them. And I feel like it always comes back up. Like you need to process a breakup and what happened in a relationship. You need to heal from it. You need to let your body like feel the emotions, have the cry sessions, like process with your friends, with your family before just jumping into a new relationship because you're probably just covering what happened, at least in my
Yep.
experience. So I just want to encourage people. It feels like the opposite of what you want to do of like be alone. Don't reach out to the person. Don't text a new person. Don't hop right up back
Yeah.
into the dating apps. Don't like if it was a more like I'm talking about like year long and more
Yeah.
relationships. I just think it's so easy and like everything in me was like I need to fill that void.
Yeah.
I need to find someone to text me. I need to find someone to do weekend plans with. And when you don't, like your body has to process those
Yeah.
emotions, but I think on the other side of it, you're able to walk into a new relationship with a sense of self and a sense of security and a sense of, oh, I've been alone. I've not had someone, so I don't need this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think it makes total sense. I've been there. I've processed it. It looks different for everyone.
Totally.
Grace, thanks for sharing. Can you share what that like courageous step into facing your own vulnerability and hurt, whether you've been the one that has broken up with someone or you've been broken up with, when you're giving yourself time, where you're listening to your body and your emotional reaction to the breakup,
Mm,
and you're inviting Jesus into
yeah.
it. what has that tangibly looked like for you? Because I think that if we, like, I agree with everything you say. If we don't do that,
Mhm.
we are setting our future or our next relationship up not for success,
Yeah.
because we're carrying a lot of baggage into it.
100%.
And we're telling that person without telling them directly, hey, I don't care enough about you to give you a healed version of myself.
Mhm.
I actually want to use you because I am not willing to do the hard work to
100%.
go through the hard healing journey
Mhm.
and invite Jesus in and to courageously say, like, God, why am I here? Like, why didn't you protect me from this breakup, or whatever why question that you can ask Jesus
Yeah.
in that moment. You haven't done that work. And so that next person, they're hoping that you've done that work. Hopefully, if it's a healthy
Mhm.
relationship.
Mhm.
So what does that look like for you?
Yeah, that's such a good question. It's so funny. I was actually just talking to my sister about this, and like it it is so painful, and it
Yeah.
it is like worse before it gets better. It's like you're staring down like, okay, I know I need a process. I know I need to talk to someone. I know I need to probably bring this to God and have a lot of questions and be angry and beat on his chest in a lot of ways. It's almost like you're staring down this mountain and like, what if I just like didn't climb it? Like what if I
Mm,
just went
went
around
around
it?
it.
But but you the only way through it is through it.
It's through it. You
Yeah,
can't go over, can't go under, can't go around. You
you
have to
have to
go
go through
through.
it. And
And
so
you can't stay.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't stay
You can't stay
because
behind
that
it
bitterness will just bring you down.
100%. So for me, tangibly, what that has looked like, I'm a big journal person. So like I don't know. For me, during breakups, nighttime is the worst. Like, I
Yeah.
can be during the day, I can be like, you know what? Like, thriving. It's just the birds are chirping. Like, I don't know. Like,
You got your
I got
bevies.
my bevies. I'm gonna be fine. It hits nighttime, and I'm like,
Everything's the
I'm
worst.
never gonna be happy again. I'm,
Everyone's with someone.
yeah. No, literally nighttime. My biggest thing is don't try to process at night. Don't
That's
try
good.
to like come to conclusions. Don't make decisions after 10
And don't
p.m.
text your ex
And
at night.
don't text anyone with baggage at night. So that's the first takeaway, tangible.
Except your sister.
Except your sister. Call your sister,
You could
call
do
your
anything.
besties.
You could do anything to them.
Just cry to them. It's
Yeah.
fine. But I will say something that has been super helpful for me is I'm a big journaler.
Yeah.
So I will just like honestly pour out everything. Like I'll talk about like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking about with that person. These are what I'm regretting. These are the memories that are coming out. It's like, it's all coming into my brain and
Yeah.
I want to spiral on it.
Yeah.
I want to keep it in here. It feels really like I'm stuck. But the minute I like either get it out on paper or get it out to someone, like I called my mom a lot, like so much, and just was like, blah, 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 like this is everything I'm feeling. And some of it sounded so like crazy.
But
Like
you need to get it off your chest.
it's always so much bigger in your head and it's so much worse in your head. And the minute you bring other people in, your perspective just explodes. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that. Or, oh, there probably are other fish in the sea. Like, oh, there's so many different perspectives that when you're hurting, like our brains just like don't have capacity to see that sometimes. Like they're just like in like so much I don't know what the brain chemistry is, but something's happening in our brains.
Prefrontal cortex is
Yeah,
flooded,
it's flooded.
overloaded.
Yeah.
And I like to think of it, I'm a very visual person. Like think of a well with water, you know, hurt or harm. It's like pouring water into the well. And the more hurt and harm, the higher the well and the amount of water. And the longer you don't address it, the more it grows. The well will only be drained, meaning that you will finally come to a place where you have peace and freedom and overcome it if you address the well.
Yeah.
If you look at the hurt, you look at the harm, you ask why, you process it with people, you process it and bring it before Jesus. Like when the well has come dry, when maybe it's not going to be always dry, but that's when I think you can be like, all right, I've processed this. I've cried the tears. I've had the conversations with people. I think I'm ready now to be open if someone else were to come on my radar. And that's why the timeline is hard, why it's not really prescriptive,
It's
double
definitely
or
not
half.
Yeah, it's not prescriptive.
It's subjective, but subjective if you're willing to do the work and have different people that have a pretty a good grip on reality, be able to call you
Yeah.
out and say like, yeah, I think you are ready, or like, I don't know.
Yep. And I will say too, like, I think it's really helpful to, like, not that single friend or friend, like, I just think there's something so beneficial to finding people who are maybe at a different stage than you because
Yeah,
they're able to say, like, "It won't always feel like this, and it will get better." Like, so many of us, when we're in these really intense seasons of, like, sadness and despair, which I would say, like, breakups really send people into those, we often think it will feel this way forever, like,
and
your
it just
emotions
won't.
can't, and it just won't, like,
It just won't.
you're
I'm turning 41 here in
and you're
May.
married, and you know those feelings,
I know those feelings.
and our
Hmm.
feelings wanna tell us, like, don't wanna give us any hope, but letting people speak in who are on the other side of it is so helpful. So that's my first tip, and my second tip is, like, I think God there's just an experience, at least in my case, I don't wanna say this, it happens for everyone, but in my, experience, he's really close to the brokenhearted,
Yeah,
and I don't wanna cover or run through it or pass by it and miss that, like, intimacy I can receive from God when I'm really hurting,
yeah.
and
He's close to the brokenhearted.
yeah, and so
Hmm.
there's something about, like, you have taught me this, like, go on prayer walks. That's amazing. For me, it's like when I'm in my car and I have a drive, I'm just talking to God out loud and, like, processing with him, and there's nothing that will compare to the way he'll show you that, like, he's enough. I mean, it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's for sure a journey, but, like, that's the source. That has to be the source. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep filling it with other people.
That's why, not to toot on my own little horn,
Yeah.
but that's why I was able to, when I really like that girl, and I'm glad it didn't work out because I married Cassie and she's not Cassie, and
Yeah.
Cassie's the love of my
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
But it's because I had been broken up with so much, and I was, the person who would break up, and I've really became a friend of the dark part of the soul, so
Whoa.
much
Yeah.
that it's something that we don't want to befriend, but it's there.
Mm.
So, often I'll say like, all right, hurt and harm, the dark part of the soul that you don't
Yeah.
want to look at.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have you stay long enough to where you're going to pay rent,
Mm.
but I'm going to let you visit
Wow. That's
because,
really good.
because I want to understand why you're here,
Mm.
because I've let you in.
Mm.
I want to understand why you're here. I want to have coffee with you. I want to have dinner with you. I want to ask you questions. I want to process you. And then I want to open the door and give you to Jesus.
Mm.
You know, so often we just want to pretend that it's not there,
Fair.
but it's there, which if you're okay with it, I want to switch to maybe a guy perspective on
Yeah. Yeah.
breakups. So here's the deal. I just want to hit for all the guy listeners and girl listeners, but I know I'm talking about gender stereotypes, but I think they're important,
Yeah.
and again, that could be a spectrum. Not all guys are going to act a prescriptive way and girls in that. But being a man, I feel like culture has given most men a toxic version of masculinity when
Mm.
it comes to relationships, how to be in relationships, how to respond to relationships that aren't helpful not only for the woman but the man.
Mm.
So often when a guy, I don't care if they break up or they're broken up with, no matter what, there's a void and there's hurt or harm there,
Mhm.
depending on what happened.
Yeah.
So I I have experienced my guy friends and myself, so quickly do two things on a breakup. One, they use the C word. She's crazy.
Come on.
Guys, do not use the crazy word. That is devaluing who she is. She's a woman of God. Whether or not she is your woman of God, that does not change that she
Mm.
is still a child and a woman of God that Jesus Christ died for and resurrected. We're not just dealing with feelings and like things. We, in a relationship and a breakup, you are breaking up with someone who God formed in their mother's womb, someone who God breathed his breath of life into, someone who is God is with them through growing up. He's with them in all their tears, with them in their big accomplishments. God loves them so much that if they were the only person in the universe, he still would have died for her and
Wow.
resurrected for her. That is who you are breaking up with or who you broke up with that you are calling crazy. Do not call a child of God crazy because that is offending what God says that they are.
Wow.
You are in disagreement with the creator of the universe when you prescribe crazy to that title, prescribe crazy to her. She's not crazy. She's a woman of God. That is number one.
That's good. I think we need a pause. Okay. Did we hear that? Okay. Move on.
But culture says the moment you say crazy, the moment every other man's like, oh, I get it. She's crazy. Crazy is, and again, I'm sorry if this is triggering when I'm saying crazy, but if you allow me to say it for this, I'm going to continue to say it. Crazy is like guy code for I don't want to talk about it. And you get it.
Do you think?
Crazy
Interesting.
is we don't got to go there. I'm right.
Whoa.
Men will do, again, I'm generally speaking, men will do anything that they can to not process their emotions and to not process what has happened to them.
Yeah.
She's crazy. And then what's the next step? They feel something inside of them. And I get this because I'm a guy. Like I've been there, done that. Like I'm talking about younger me and even me now in different areas. Okay, I said crazy or I deflected.
Like it's not a big deal,
it's always a big deal, even if it's a small thing. And then I've deflected. So now I have all these things that I should process. But the other toxic masculinity thing is men aren't emotional. We are rational. Therefore, processing is not manly.
Wow.
That is a lie from the enemy.
Yeah.
We are created in the image of God. God is an emotional God.
Yeah.
He is a God of deep feelings. If you don't agree with that, well, then why did Jesus cry so much that sweat so much that it was blood before his crucifixion? If you were saying that as a guy you can't feel or shouldn't feel deeply, I'm sorry, Jesus was a man and felt deeply and expressed it in a very vulnerable and beautiful way. So we deflect that there's a problem, and then we go to something to block our feelings. A lot of it is alcohol. Guys will get drinks and they'll go out drinks with guys. Yeah, she's crazy. She did all this, blah, 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 blah. Drink. They're numbing themselves and they're not feeling it. Or guys go to pornography, and women can do this too, but I'm just right now speaking from the perspective of a man. Like, man, we have these deep, intimate feelings and we want to express and be with someone, but we can't for some reason. But I still have these feelings. So I'm gonna go to my phone. I'm gonna go to my computer. I'm gonna get it whenever I want it. And we go to different things to block out. All the while, our well is now like a geyser that it's shooting up 50 feet in the air. And then we mask it and we go to another woman and we charm her and we woo her. But guess what? We haven't done the work. And if she's a healthy person, she wants a man of God who's willing to do the work.
Yeah.
And the moment she sees, oh, he hasn't done the work, it's like, okay.
Yep.
You know?
Wow, that's so good. I feel like, like again, and we've said this 100 times, it's not prescriptive. We know that everyone has different experiences. There's guys who maybe feel like they really do feel emotions a lot and process that. Totally. But I think that is so validating for women to hear, because so often I feel like we are told like we're too emotional, we're too sensitive, we're crazy, like all of these things about our response to our emotions, and when you frame it like that, it's like, well, that's a response to this masculinity that men have been taught of, like, well, that's crazy and that's bad.
One of the most powerful verses in the Bible for me personally as a man, 2 words in John: Jesus wept. Jesus wept.
Yeah.
Men, it's okay to weep. And here's the second thing that I want to say for men and women, and you touched on this, Grace. When you go through a breakup, get a trusted person who's safe, but also someone who's not going to just agree with you.
Yeah.
Someone who will give you sacred space to feel, to say to the visitor in your soul, like, man, why are you here? Like, I want to understand why I let you in or how you got in. And it's okay that you're in. But then after a while, someone to gently, and this takes tact, to say like, okay, why are you feeling what you're feeling? And to not let you stay there because they want better for you. They want more for you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that takes time. Sometimes you got to stay in the despair for a while.
Yeah.
But the moment you're ready to kind of get out, you need that friend to say, "Hey, let's get out of that.
Yeah.
Let's let
Like
them
push
leave.
you
They're
along.
you're
Yeah.
starting to charge them rent. They've been
Yeah.
there for too long."
Yep. That's
Hmm.
so good. That's
Yeah.
so good.
And anything that that person can do, and if you're that person, something that you like really should do is to remember that the person that you're talking about is created in the image of God, whether they know it or not. So bring that sanctity into the conversation.
That's so good because it's something else I was thinking about just in terms of like if we like kind of turn a corner. Like I think people talk about in the Christian world a lot about how to healthily enter a relationship. There's a lot of conversations about
Yep.
that. People talk about that. People don't often talk about how to healthily exit a relationship. And I think something that is so common, and I know I've fallen into it, I'm sure you have, is to villainize the person
Yep.
who either broke up with you or you broke up with to move on. And like, there's a healthy addressing of like, man, these are ways that they may have hurt me and things they did that were not okay.
Yeah.
But when you villainize them and make them the enemy, I think you're actually stuck longer.
Yep. You're dating someone or talking about someone who's created in the image of God, but also you're dating or talking about someone who is not perfect and sinful. So you
Yeah.
have to weigh both of those
Yeah.
things. And so they might have really done something that hurt you. You probably did something that hurt them too along the road.
Hmm.
So what do we do with that? We're ultimately led to go to a place in our heart to forgive them.
Hmm.
Harm is different. Harm is intentional. Harm is when someone knows, usually knows what they're doing. Sometimes they don't, but that is when the pain transforms from hurt to something deeper.
Hmm.
And your response to that could be like, okay, I'm not going to approach them, or they actually don't deserve to be in my
Yeah.
life anymore. But you still have to wrestle with forgiveness.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah,
I think that's the important piece of like, I don't want people to hear like, okay, well, that means I can stay with them because
mhm,
we don't need to break up. Everyone's going to hurt each other. Like, I'm going to get back with them, whatever. It's not what we're saying. I just think in the breakup process, so often it can feel easier to keep them a villain. I think honestly, so that we
yeah,
don't go back. But there's somewhere in between where it's like, I don't want that for me. And they're not the
yeah.
villain.
And sometimes they are the villain,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and that's harm. But sometimes we say that they're the villain because we want to feel that we were in the right.
Yeah.
And a villain is really just a scapegoat so that we
Yeah.
feel like we didn't do anything wrong, when it's okay to be like, it's okay. I mean, it's breakups are subjective. Everyone goes through a different breakup for a different reason, but it's okay to be like, yeah, I might have done something wrong, or they just weren't feeling it, or,
We
that's
weren't meant
okay.
for each other. Yeah.
If I am dating someone and they break up with me and their reason is I just wasn't feeling it anymore, great.
Really? That's
I
like,
I want someone who wants to feel it with me, even
yes.
if they don't.
Right.
I deserve that.
Yes.
And if they're not there, that'll hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be with them then.
Mm,
Even when I'm married to Cassie, every day that we wake up, like we have to intentionally make the decision to love each other because
yeah.
the feelings literally go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes they surprise you, like, oh, I have this feeling.
It's back.
But love is a decision of sacrifice that you make every day.
Mm-hmm.
And if that person isn't willing to make that decision to sacrifice, again, love is different when you're dating, but if they're not willing to make that sacrifice and they want to go by a feeling, that's okay. And it'll hurt, but I don't want them.
Yeah.
And I also know my value. And if that really, really hurts you, if you're like, wow, they just don't feel it, like, check your value. Where are you getting your value from?
Totally. I was just going to say, I think like sometimes everything feels like things are simpler than they need to be sometimes of like, how do you break up well? Well, what's your value with God? And then I think
Yep.
things flow from that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm okay. Okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, they have value from God too. All of the way to do things well comes from what
God.
your relationship is with God.
And again, we're talking about breakups in a Christian
Of
context.
course. Yeah.
And often, like when I'm broken up with, it shows me like my relationship with God, the vulnerabilities that I have in the areas that I'm like, oh, wow, I've been putting this off with God and I need to spend more time in Him. Like,
100%.
I need to take these scriptures that are about my relationship with God and His love for me and actually embody them instead of letting them deflect off of me because I
Yep.
feel like I don't deserve it.
Yep.
And that's hard. And, we're probably going to wrap up here in a second, but I also want to say just a couple things
Yeah.
about like, okay, how do you know when to break up with
Oh,
someone?
that's good.
You know,
Mhm.
again, we're saying the word that's subjective. It's subjective and it's up to you because if marriage is your goal, like you want to be able to say like I choose you and
Mhm.
I want to choose you and I'm going to choose you every day.
Yeah.
And so it's okay for you to come to whatever reason that you are going to say it's going to be hard for me to say I choose you every day. That's up to you.
Mm.
It can be is shallow or is deep, but I would say that if they are shallow and you've been dating for a long time, you're not setting that person up well. You're
Mm.
showing your character if it's a really shallow thing and you've been dating for a long time, because
Yep.
that person will then say, like, well, why didn't you tell me? Or why did you date me that long? Which is a really, really, really good response to
It's
that.
really
And
valid.
so that person needs to do the work and say, hey, I got to do some homework in my heart
Yep.
to be able to identify what I want and what I don't want and see that sooner the next time I date someone.
Mhm.
So it's all like and when we date someone, we're gaining information that we can then use and grow and be transformed at. So nothing's a waste.
Yep. And I think too, like, how to know when to break up. Some things I think about are, um, just like, do they make you a better version of you?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't feel like you like who you're becoming when you're with them, you'll you probably won't, like, that's not gonna change,
Yep.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
And also I think so often we date the potential of who we think the person can become, and we make decisions, and people can change, that's okay, but something that my dad has told me before is like, when you're dating, you're probably dating the best version of them.
1 billion%.
So if your hopes are that they are going to change and get better, likely they're actually going to do the opposite. So like if you're not feeling confident in who they're showing you now, red flag, red flag, red flag.
The darkest of reds. I think 6
Yeah.
months into marriage, both Cassie and I were probably like, oh, so that's the real you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we need to talk.
Yeah. And there's something natural in us that like it's not unhealthy to show up and be the best version of
No.
yourself, but I think so many of us think that it'll get better. And like all of this is nuanced,
Yeah.
but most likely most of the time the dating version of them is them putting on the best.
Yeah. And I think the last thing that I'll say before we turn this corner here is that there are also some things that are really hard. Like if you were cheated on,
Yeah.
if you find something about their character that you're like, whoa, this is big, or they're not treating you well.
Mhm.
If you are not being treated well,
Mm.
that's a red flag.
Mm.
And if you think like, oh, I can fix them or change, that's not your responsibility. That's between them and God.
Right. And I will say to that, like, I think so often people think, like, often people can go, like, what am I doing wrong that they're not treating me well?
Mm-hmm.
And that is just completely the wrong
Yep.
frame. And
Yep.
so to anyone feeling that, it's not a you thing. It shouldn't be a you thing.
Yeah. And the last thing that I'll say, this is just a Napstad tip.
Ooh.
If you are going to break up with someone,
Mm.
I want to highly encourage you to involve a trusted friend
100%.
and go through the why and how.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just so important because when you break up with someone, everything that happens in that conversation, they are going to then tell their friends as a way to process what happens. And your character is now on display to
Yeah.
all of their community.
Yeah.
So you might emotionally be like, I just want to say it. I want to do it. I want to text
I
them, blah,
want to
blah,
get
blah,
it
blah,
all
blah.
out of it.
Your
Yeah.
character in the biggest way is going to be on display, and what happens is going to be communicated
Mm.
1,000 times.
A lot of times.
So especially if you are in Christian community where character actually really, really matters.
Yeah.
Be careful what you say and know that everything that you say will be communicated.
Yes. And one last tip, I think that's just
a Miller tip.
Don't break up at night, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I think like we can be such emotional responders. I think like tell someone, bring people around the decision.
And don't text it.
Don't text it.
Never.
That's
the cheap way out.
It's cheap. And
face them face to face.
Face to face. And try to do it like in the light of day. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. And have your people that right after you're done, you're going to them.
Yes.
Because you're gonna need.
Yes. Tell people so they know where you're at and have people to go back to.
Yep.
100%. Okay. We're going to turn the corner to our little game time.
Game time.
And I just like this game. It's valid or petty. So
valid or petty?
Do you know what petty means?
No, I don't know what petty means, Grace.
Sorry, I always am like not sure if Michael knows certain words. Sorry. So I'm gonna say reasons.
Petty means pretty.
No. I'm gonna give you reasons people break up with someone, and you're gonna say like, yeah, that's valid.
Okay, this is a gut response.
Gut response. They broke up with me because I'm too independent.
Petty.
Really?
Yeah, I want an independent person.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all like my gut too.
Okay, sorry, I questioned you.
I think no, it's good. All of these also, I mean, what's really going on? So
right.
I want an independent person, but I also want the person to be mindful of me and inviting me into their independent life.
Yes, and also who like does prioritize time together.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
what do you think? You think valid?
Broke up with me because I'm too independent. No, not valid. I don't think valid, but I was surprised you said petty.
Yeah.
I think it's like
I want an independent person.
Yes, everyone does, but you also want someone, like, I think you also want someone who's like drawn to spending time with you.
I get it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Okay, anyways. They broke up with me because I didn't post them enough.
Valid. I'm just joking. The Kira Costco is getting to me, so that's why I made that noise.
Right.
No, petty. You shouldn't be. Don't be. People post too much. Also, can I just say that? Also, we are day 2 into a mutual social media fast, so that's why the strong reaction.
We're on our high horse right now.
For Lent, we're day 1 into 40 days, not counting weekends. I've literally been scrolling on my Apple News app that I'm not subscribed to.
And you know what's the best thing to fill that? Pinterest. Get on Pinterest, people.
I literally pretended my physical notepad was Instagram yesterday. I was scrolling it and imagining the reels.
We're so addicted. Okay, anyways.
So totally petty.
It's totally petty. Okay, this one's funny. They chew too loud.
This is personal because Cassie says I chew too loud sometimes.
I think this is valid.
Women hear, they're more sensitive to hearing than men.
No,
there are studies behind this.
Listen, I have something.
Okay, hold on. I'm cutting you off because when Cassie and I watch TV, this is what I learned after we were married. The real her came out. I love you, Cassie, but I'm going here. We might have to talk about this tonight. When we watch movies or a show, which that's what we do in our spare time, I want to feel the sound. I have a subwoofer under but like she's like, oh, it's so every show that we watch is quiet with subtitles. That's our compromise. Oh. So let's now talk about your chewing thing.
No, no, this isn't true because I love when like music is just giving me a headache almost. Like I love it to be so loud. However, I have something called misophonia.
Misophonia?
This is real.
Okay.
And it's where, oh my gosh, it's where people who chew, like you hear like people's chewing and like loud noises just make you want to like.
You have a couple phobias though.
You know, I think
I can't tiptoe around your phobias, Grace. What's your other phobia?
It's real, and people tell me it's not real. Trypophobia, and it's with tiny holes and clusters and irregular patterns.
I'll find something and I'll just surprise you with it.
And it's like really mean. Like Julius, my brother, did that to me the other day, and I genuinely felt like really a lot of anger towards him after.
Yeah. Okay, if you had to choose between a loud chewer or an open mouth chewer, we do the loud
I'd
chewer.
rather they chew with an open mouth, but it's quieter.
Okay, I think this is all petty because I can't control it.
Well,
And
it's
I'm a little
valid for
burned.
me.
My well's a little full right now.
Well,
I need to do some work with Jesus.
sorry, it's valid for me. Okay, someone broke up with me. Not me personally. Someone broke up with
We're getting real in this game.
Which someone could honestly say this. Someone broke up with someone because they said they're too close to their family.
This is really good.
I think this is so interesting.
Oh, man. It's because, like, I'm not that close with my family because it's kind of, it's just I had a hard upbringing. Yeah. So I always wanted someone who was so close to their family. But there's a limit.
Yes, I would agree.
So this is the third category, pretty.
Pretty. Maybe. It's great.
It's great.
I think I would say for a majority of people, like, it's probably not an issue how close they are to their family.
Yeah.
There's a line, and
there's a line
I
that
think
we
it's
know it when we've seen it.
Mother to son.
Oh.
Like.
See, my relationship was because my mother wasn't. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Didn't have a healthy one there, so swing and a miss. So I'm listening.
There's like a trope or like a phrase of like, oh, there's a mommy boy, and the woman can never be.
I get that. I get that.
The man,
moms back down.
Yes, moms need to
back down.
It's like where the man wants you to be their mom almost, and you're like, I can never be what your mom was to you.
Nope.
So I think in that one, that's a valid breakup.
Valid,
but
yeah.
Otherwise, like, people could probably say that about me. Like, my family's my best friend. I hope someone
wouldn't.
But
it's healthy.
But
also, you have an awesome family.
Right? Okay, anyways. Let's do one more.
Okay.
They ended it because they don't like the same TV shows. And I knew this would dig deep for you.
They ended it because they don't like the...
Like, they didn't have similar taste in movies and TVs, say.
My heart wants to say valid, but my head's going to say petty.
The fact that that's valid is crazy for you. That
TV means a lot to me.
It's like your life.
Also, this is day 2 of social media fast, so all I have is my Apple News app that I don't subscribe to, so I can't read the articles, and TV. But Cassie and I don't. We're watching The Lincoln Lawyer right now.
Are you guys on the same page with like types of shows you like?
There are very few shows that we like together, and we will watch everything out of them.
Wait, so you don't have similar TV movie taste?
No.
And you were just about to say valid, and that's your own
valid to break up with. We are committed. We are not breaking up. But the inward struggle's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
I think people can grow into similar tastes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, well, you're not been married that long. I think it's petty. That's my opinion.
Yeah. And ultimately, my head is saying petty too, and that's what we're going with. Because sometimes we do need to keep our feelings in check.
You. Example A. Okay. That's all
Great.
I had.
It's been a good conversation.
It's been a good conversation with good company. We will see you guys next time with our next episode.
All right. See you later.